All right, so good evening, everybody. I said good evening, everybody. All right. So this is actually a celebration. This is going to be a fun-filled night of poetry and music. For those of you who may not know me, my name is Glenn North, and I served as the poetry instructor this summer for all of the wonderful students that you loaned to us. That's amazing. DeAndre Manning. Tyree Johnson. So you guys happy? All right. So here's how this thing works. This is really an exchange, right? You as an audience really help to create the energy in the room, and that has an impact on how the poems are being performed. So I know that we have a lot of young people here, but to the best of our ability, especially with the little ones, if we have a poet on the stage, let's try to, focus all of our attention and energy on whoever is on the stage. In the back, we are videotaping this performance, and so the microphone for the videotaping will pick up, whispers and that kind of thing. So those of you who are sitting in the back, I just wanted you to be mindful of that. I will, at this point, introduce our two MCs. I just want all of the students who are coming to the mic to know that I will be here kind of serving as a stagehand. So when you get up here, if the microphones are not like you want them, if you need a music stand, whatever the case may be, I will be right here to help you to get all of that worked out before you actually do your performance, all right? So without further ado, I would like to introduce our wonderful MCs for tonight's event. We'll start off with the very lovely Avery Gomez. And the very distinguished Mr. Patrick Calhoun. So they're going to be your guides for this evening's event. And we've got a lot of great poetry in store, so I'm really excited, and once again, thank you all for coming out. So I'm going to step off with Patrick while Avery introduces our first act.
Our first performance actually will be by Jose Gutierrez.
I'm Jose Gutierrez, and my poem is called Stage Fright. Let's see how this goes. Do you ever feel so nervous that your mouth got just really dry? Do you ever feel so nervous that you forget almost all the words? Do you ever feel so nervous that your mouth and just your entire body just started twitching all of a sudden? Why do we feel this way? Why will we cower over walking, standing, and saying what's on our mind? Why feel nervous when people like you, very nice people, generous people, thank you for applauding. People support you. People enjoy you. People help you. Don't get me wrong, it's frightful standing in front of people. Stand where I'm standing and tell me you aren't afraid. You'd be lying. We're afraid of being judged. We're afraid of doing that something that makes you feel bold actually makes you feel embarrassed. But there's nothing wrong. You could trip, break a leg, and everyone will remember you as that idiot that didn't see the wire stretch across the floor. But why feel bad? Because judgment got to you, and you let it. Judgment is but one of the things that makes us feel this way. Are you brave enough to say your name in a foreign accent? Jose Gutierrez. We're afraid of being judged. You can't do something without being sure you want to do it. That's sort of how marriage happens. If you can't walk to where I'm standing, look dead at your partner's eyes, and say I love you, and you have failed at the game of love. One drop of bravery can help one person with their goals, dreams, and peer pressure. But what stops us in life more than anything else? Fear. Fear is that feeling that you get when you're so cold, but you sweat like a pig. Fear is that feeling that makes us do stupid things in life. Fear is that feeling that tingles in your bones when you hear something in the other room. Fear is alive and lives in you, but should not control you. Fight fear, and you will stand up to it, and you will win. My word is not gold, nor is it silver. But yours, my fellow poets, it is. I would like to hear your word where I'm standing. Thank you.
Let me give Jose another round of applause, please. Next we have a team poem by Gloria Her, Absalom Bernal, Maisie John, Rosie John.
Okay, well, our poem is called, well, actually, we couldn't really decide on a title. So we have like two titles for it. One is The Eyes of War, and then the other one is War in the Eyes of the People. And basically, we have three parts to this poem. One is the soldier, the people, and then the ungrateful person. And basically, what we're trying to say is that many times we don't understand where our ancestors come from. We don't understand their struggles, and we live here without seeing the war and without all that struggle, and we become ungrateful for the things that we have, and we take things for granted. So, yeah. When you open a history book, you expect to see pages of words and words. But in the minds of our children, all they can see are the lines that are blurred. You know, they don't understand that in these history books lay the lives of soldiers whose eyes have seen people die and rise and conquer to go higher. But I just can't preach about this to you. Instead, let them teach you the real meaning of what needs to be said.
Ever since I was a kid, I always knew I wanted to be a soldier. A tough, brave, courageous, hard worker. I'll bring fame to my name. I'll take anyone down with my incredible aim. It'll be just like a video game. But when I went to war, I felt like a pawn on the chessboard. I can't believe what I did. I was just a kid. Probably fighting for a reason much greater than mine. All I wanted to do was shine. But now my mind is left with something I can't define. How can I go back and tell the so-called epic story of war, of guts and gore, though it means no more? Last thing I want is to be called a hero by everyone else but myself. I get called a soldier, but I did not turn out to be that tough, brave, courageous, hard worker.
And the hearts of the people, their war against all threat was for their children who grew up only to forget. To forget the struggle and to forget why they came. To forget the flame that laid in their parents' fame as they fought for their freedom and rights, only so that our children's future could be so bright.
My parents say to be grateful for what I have, but why bother when I have everything? I hear the hardships of the war, but why does that affect me in my life? It's not happening here, so why bother? To get what I want, all I have to do is cry and it shall be mine. No strings attached, as simple as that. And I'm tired of my parents nagging to me about their struggles and what they overcame. Like I said before, why bother to bring up the past?
But when we come back to the classroom and we see that our children have forgotten the true meaning behind the tune, behind the history that reads our past, and that was because no one cares, and no one knows because no one bothered to read their tears.
I watched my people go through hell. And I've seen them being shot, raped, and killed. I've seen them leave their loved ones behind, decline, and blind to see in order to find a place to be. I felt their suffering pain as their children cried for their mother's name, and to hear no response in starving place, and carve their bones in the dirty space. But yet I've seen my people rise. I've seen my people conquer, and I've seen them go places higher.
Be grateful for what you have today, because there might not be the next. Embrace the moments that you have, and cherish it like it's your last.